The greatest empire on earth was waiting.
Army, hold still! Aim for Darius! Sir, yes, sir!
Facing them stood Alexander the Great, hopelessly outnumbered. By every measure, this battle should have ended the Macedonian campaign. Instead, Alexander made one unexpected move, a move that would tear apart the Persian army and end an empire. Its king commanded a massive army, thousands of cavalry, deadly scythe chariots, and a battlefield prepared for victory. Facing them stood Alexander the Great, outnumbered deep inside enemy territory and with no route for retreat. By every conventional measure, the Battle of Gaugamela should have ended the Macedonian campaign. Instead, it ended an empire. This is the Battle of Gaugamela, one of history's greatest examples of military tactics, battlefield strategy, and decisive leadership, where Alexander the Great destroyed the Achaemenid Persian Empire through speed, deception, and tactical brilliance. By 331 BC, Alexander had already defeated King Darius III at the Battle of Issus. But the Persian king escaped and began assembling another army. This time, Darius intended to finish the war. Near the village of Gaugamela in northern Mesopotamia, he selected a vast open plain and ordered the ground to be cleared and leveled. The battlefield wasn't chosen by chance. It was specifically prepared for Persian cavalry and the terrifying scythe chariots, weapons designed to shatter infantry formations before the main attack even began. The Persians believed the terrain itself would guarantee victory. Alexander saw something different. He saw an opportunity. As the Battle of Gaugamela began, Alexander refused to launch a direct assault. Instead, he marched his army diagonally to the right. To many observers, it appeared strange. But this movement forced the Persian army to extend its line to avoid being outflanked. The longer Darius stretched his forces, the more difficult it became to maintain coordination between cavalry, infantry, and reserves. This wasn't retreat, it was battlefield manipulation. Alexander was forcing the Persian army to abandon the formation it had carefully prepared before the battle had even truly begun. Every step increased pressure on Darius to react instead of command. Unable to ignore Alexander's movement, Darius committed large numbers of cavalry to block the Macedonian advance. The decision achieved its immediate goal, but created an even greater problem. As Persian units shifted position, gaps began to appear in the battle line. Alexander had been waiting for exactly this moment. Leading his elite companion cavalry, supported by the disciplined Macedonian phalanx, he formed a wedge and charged directly into the opening. Rather than attacking the strongest part of the Persian army, Alexander struck the weakest point with overwhelming speed. The breakthrough happened in minutes. Suddenly, the road to Darius himself lay open. As Macedonian cavalry surged toward the royal position, Darius made a fatal decision. He fled. Although much of the Persian army was still fighting, the king's departure shattered morale across the battlefield. What had been an organized defense quickly became confusion. Persian commanders lost control. Units began withdrawing in different directions. Alexander immediately exploited the collapse, turning a tactical breakthrough into a complete strategic victory. The Battle of Gaugamela didn't simply win another engagement. It destroyed the last realistic chance for the Achaemenid Persian Empire to survive. Within months, Babylon, Susa, and Persepolis fell into Macedonian hands. After more than 2 centuries of Persian rule, one of history's greatest empires had come to an end. The Battle of Gaugamela remains one of the greatest studies in military strategy because Alexander never allowed numbers to dictate the outcome. He used movement to stretch the enemy. He used deception to force mistakes. He waited patiently for a weakness instead of attacking strength. When the opportunity appeared, he committed his elite cavalry with absolute precision. This combination of discipline, timing, and battlefield awareness transformed a seemingly impossible battle into one of history's most decisive victories. Military academies still study Alexander the Great's tactics because the principles demonstrated at Gaugamela, mobility, concentration of force, deception, and decisive leadership, remain relevant even in modern warfare. The Battle of Gaugamela wasn't won because Alexander had the larger army. It was won because he understood that battles are decided by leadership, timing, and tactics, not numbers alone. In a single day, Alexander the Great defeated the Persian army, overthrew the Achaemenid Persian Empire, and reshaped the ancient world forever. Few battles changed history so completely, and few commanders have ever demonstrated battlefield genius on the scale witnessed at Gaugamela. If you enjoyed this analysis of the Battle of Gaugamela and Alexander the Great's military tactics, don't miss our breakdown of why Hannibal's double envelopment was unstoppable. It explores another legendary commander whose battlefield strategy remains one of the greatest tactical masterpieces in military history. Until next time, thank you for watching.